Hey guys, GameOnBeast here and welcome back to another Hytale news video. I've got absolutely tons of news to cover today. Once again, we'll be covering the most recent blog post from everyone's most anticipated game of 2019, Hytale. Before we hop into the news, we want to give a huge shout out to the Discord community that you can join right now. This is the #1 place to get all the latest news as soon as it's out. As always, the link will be down in the description below. And without any further ado, let's get into the news. Starting off, today on Friday, March 8th, Hytale released their weekly blog post, specifically all about building with blocks in Hytale. Hopping over to the blog post, the Hytale team starts off by saying it's important to us that Hytale players have all the tools they need in order to bring their ideas to life. We already covered the Hytale model maker, which allows players to create their own models and import them directly into the game. In this post, we are going to focus on building in adventure mode, and to illustrate this, we'll chiefly be using blocks and materials that you'll find in Zone 1. In future blog posts, we'll have more to share about builder tools, freeform building, creating your own worlds, and more. From this, they further elaborate on how in-depth the building will be by saying, there are many block materials in Hytale, and in their most basic form they can be stacked or placed next to one another. The crafting system, however, lets you create many different building materials from the same basic block type. It's these variations that provide Hytale builders with the freedom to create distinct shapes and varied visual designs. With this, we are shown our first picture of the blog post. In this picture, we can see 4 blocks formed from the same material. The Hytale team says these 4 blocks are each derived from the same basic stone material. Having multiple designs allows you to customize your builds with various textures and finishes. We are able to assume the multiple designs will be yielding from a crafting table, able to choose what style you want for your block to be. This is something very similar we've seen with Minecraft with a mod, specifically the chisel mod. Putting a block into the chisel crafting recipe yields a plethora of block designs. Moving on, we are shown a variety of block types originating from quartzite. Here's what the Hytale team had to say. In the image above, you can see many of the different building blocks that you can create out of quartzite, as well as multiple texture variations for each. In addition to regular blocks, you can also see roof blocks, stair blocks, wall blocks, pillars, slabs, and beams. Keep reading to find out more about how each of these are used. Looking closely into the picture, we can notice 2 roof types, a pillar block, 5 variations of the quartzite block, 2 variations of the stairs, 3 variations of the slabs, 2 variations of a fence type block, and finally the quartzite block itself. The next thing the blog post brings us in a game clip of how placing blocks will work in the game, specifically slabs. Take a look. The Hytale team says slabs are half-height blocks that allow for subtle height and width variation within a building. In the clip above, they're used to fill in parts of an archway without blocking it completely. One thing worth noting, we now have sideways slabs. Unlike Minecraft, we've finally given less building limitation by allowing us to put sideways slabs. In the next picture, as seen here, we are shown stair blocks. The Hytale team says, above you can see an example of stair blocks. The most obvious use for these is building staircases, but they also allow you to create more subtle, tapered edges than possible with full blocks. These stairs seem to react the same as the ones we see in Minecraft. Moving on, we are shown more in-game footage. This time we have beams. Check out the clip. Beams attach to the center of blocks and allow you to create narrow connections between surfaces. In the clip above, you can see various types of beam, quartzite, stone, and wood. Our next blocks shown are wall blocks. The Hytale team says wall blocks are another custom shape that allow you to create fences, walls, and railings that are thinner than a regular block allows. From the picture, we can assume these will act much like the cobblestone wall type block we see in Minecraft. Next, we have pillars. With a very unique block type, the Hytale team says pillars provide an example of how Hytale Model Maker expands the range of options available to builders. These special block variants feature additional details that add variety and visual interest. In this image, we are really shown the unique style of the block. One thing worth noting is in the back we can see a smaller version of the pillar. It has smaller design but also very different. We are also able to see what is a wall block, like shown previously in the block post behind the chest. Our next block is very different from what we've been shown so far, that is the roof block. Unlike Minecraft, Hytale has a specific style of block allowed for all-purpose roof creation. Brilliant! The Hytale team says roof blocks are another example of a sophisticated block variant that incorporates elements created in the Hytale Model Maker. These sloping surfaces can be used to create detailed rooftops for your builds. The image above shows tiled roof elements, but other variants like thatched roofing are available too. Moving on, a more decorative block, we are shown ivy. From what the Hytale team says, ivy can be attached to any surfaces to add detail and to help tie your build into its environment. In this image, we are shown a close-up of the ivy and can really see how it will have a 3D-like effect. Unlike the vines in Minecraft, ivy actually branches off the wall with more depth. Our last block of the day, or should I say blocks, is furniture. We are shown in an image here of a fully decorated interior fit for any adventurer. The Hytale team says combining furniture sets with block variants provides a lot of options while decorating the insides of building. In the image above, pillars and stair blocks are used to create a fireplace, and multiple versions of the basic stone and quartzite blocks create visual variety in the wall behind it. The addition of furniture and decorative items finishes off a cozy living area. Specifically in this image, we are able to see decorative items such as a table, chairs, a candle, bookshelves, some skulls, and what looks to be a book. We are also able to notice a fireplace in the back. With furniture aside, let's take all these aspects of building we've learned so far and put them into a single build, in this case. Hytale treats us to a 30-second time-lapse of a mansion in Zone 1. Take a look! Wow, this clip summarizes the immense hype of all of us at Hytale News is getting now. Seeing how building works in action really puts us closer to the actual game itself. We can't wait. Of course, this magnificent mansion was made by none other than ProbZ at Hytale, a technical artist for Hytale. With this clip, you're probably wondering what different types of builds we'll be able to see possibly in Hytale. To give us more inspiration, Hytale provides us with a few of the development team's own creations. Here we are shown a lonely castle. Take a look. Moving on from the castle, we have this fantastic citadel as seen here. Both of these fantastic builds are made from none other than Roden at Hytale, who is another fantastic inspiration. Our last but definitely not the least build to show off is the Palace. Take a look. CPT Charles is a technical artist for Hytale who is definitely someone you would want to keep an eye out for. I've gotta say, seeing all of these amazing builds truly show how amazing the future for all creators for Hytale is. Hell, it's gonna be crazy amounts of fun scrounging to build your hut on your first night. With all that aside, I just want to congratulate Probzy, Roden and CPT Charles for showing off their fantastic building skills we all envy of. But anyways, now it's time to thank you all for watching today's news video. It truly means a lot to us. You, the community, is what drives us every day to continue to bring you the most recent and relevant news from Hytale. Thank you. As always, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let us know if we missed anything at all and we'll be sure to respond, as we'd love to hear anything more about Hytale. Before we go, let's discuss down in the comments below what excited you most about today's news. Perhaps the variety of blocks or maybe even sideways slabs? We are always reading and we'll be responding to as many as possible. But as always, we'll see you guys soon for another Hytale news video.